Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be comparing two of my favorite complexion products in my whole collection, the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation and the Tinted Moisturizer counterpart, also from Colourpop in their Pretty Fresh line. I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison with one product on one half of my face and one on the other. I'll also be talking through differences in terms of price, formula, quantity of product, etc. Before we start applying both of these products, I just want to say a special welcome to anyone who's new to my channel. Hi, I'm Morgan. Welcome in. I adore makeup, but I enjoy having a more curated collection and making very informed decisions as a consumer. So a lot of my content on my channel kind of surrounds those topics. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go today. And now let's jump into this comparison. Okay, so first let's just get kind of some of the boring details out of the way here, like price and formula, etc. And then I'll jump right into actually applying these side by side. So the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer from Colourpop contains 1.45 fluid ounces of product and it retails for $14. It comes in sort of this like squeezy tube format, but it does also have a pump on the top. There are 24 shades of this tinted moisturizer and I have the shade Light 5N. The Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation, on the other hand, comes with a standard 1 fluid ounce and it retails for $16. The foundation comes in 42 shades and I have the shade Light 55N. And according to the Colourpop website, the tinted moisturizer should be light coverage for all different skin types, and the foundation should be medium buildable coverage for all skin types. In terms of just like bang for your buck, of course the 1.45 fluid ounces for $14 outweighs and is a better theoretical value than the 1 fluid ounce for $16 with the foundation. However, when I'm actually applying these in practice, 1 full pump of the foundation covers my whole face flawlessly. But to get my whole entire face covered with the tinted moisturizer, I actually have to use like 1.5 to 2 pumps. So I go through the tinted moisturizer much more quickly. So for me personally, these actually come out to be about the same value. And either way, I think that both of these products are well worth their price. They are both very high performing products. I would recommend either one, but I wanted to do this side-by-side comparison so that if you are kind of on the fence between the foundation and the moisturizer, you might be able to kind of see side by side what the two of them look like. I will be using my preferred method of application for both of these products. So for the tinted moisturizer, I'll be putting it on this side of my face and I will first rub it in with my fingers and then go over it with a damp sponge just to even out any lines from my fingers. For the foundation, I will dot it across my face and just blend it right out with a damp sponge. I personally prefer to apply concealer before my foundation, so I'm going to put the concealer on quickly, and then we will go ahead and apply these two products. Concealer is on, and I am going in first with the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. So as I said in the beginning, I usually use like 1.5 to 2 pumps of that tinted moisturizer for my whole face. So for reference, I did use exactly 1 full pump to do just half of my face today. And with that 1 pump, here is what the tinted moisturizer is looking like. It's a really nice light coverage finish. I think that it's not too dewy, not too glowy. It never really gets too oily or greasy looking as the day goes on. I do have dry skin, so that's part of that, but a lot of foundations actually do get really oily, specifically on my forehead by the end of the day. This one never does that. So again, just a quick look at no foundation versus the tinted moisturizer. And now we will go ahead and do the foundation on this side of my face. So in contrast to the Tinted Moisturizer where I had to use one full pump to even cover half my face, I used less than a full pump of the foundation, and I actually still have a little left over to kind of get to a medium coverage. So I am going to just build it up with the leftovers just so you can kind of see the added coverage that you can get. So this is just one layer of the foundation. And then here it is built up to that second very sheer layer. I only added a tiny bit extra with that second layer. And I would say this is a buildable medium coverage. I'd say I get like light medium coverage with that first layer. And then when I go ahead and build up just a little more, I get like high end of medium coverage with this foundation. Again, very similar kind of finish to the Tinted Moisturizer, where I feel like I have some glow, some luminosity, some dew, but by no means is it my like dewiest foundation, and it just lasts really nicely on my skin throughout the day. Again, my oil does not peek through a ton on my forehead, but it also doesn't look dry in the parts of my skin that are drier. So the biggest difference here is really coverage level. I think the finishes of both of these are really similar. I think you can tell on the Tinted Moisturizer side, you can see some more of my redness peeking through, which I don't really mind on an average day. So you can just see, you know, my skin doesn't look quite as even, especially like around my nose right here and on my cheeks. Whereas on this side, everything's pretty much a blank canvas. And that kind of all just comes down to personal preference and what you like best. I love the fact that I own both of these products, but in all honesty, if I were to pick one, I think I'd pick the foundation because it has more flexibility. I cannot build up the Tinted Moisturizer to higher coverage than this, so I'm only ever able to get a very kind of light wash of product with the Tinted Moisturizer. However, the foundation, I really can sheer out to be much more sheer than this, and I would say I can almost get like this light of coverage with the foundation, but I also have the option of building it up. So to me, it's just much more versatile. So now that you've seen a side-by-side comparison with no other makeup on my face, I'm going to go ahead and hop off camera. I'm gonna do bronzer, blush, eyeshadow, lips, etc., and I'm gonna come back with a full face of makeup done so that you can see kind of how each of these looks once a full complete look is finished. So now that we are here with a full face of makeup done, I just want to emphasize the fact that I personally don't think the two sides of my face look that different. I mean, yes, I can still see some more of the redness on my nose on the Tinted Moisturizer side than I can on the foundation side. But all in all, I think it honestly comes out to be essentially a wash at the end of the day. I just don't really think there's such a huge difference between these two products that you would need to own both. I mentioned this earlier that I personally would choose, if I had to pick just one of the two, I would choose to have the foundation. And that's really specifically because I know I can sheer it out to give me more of the Tinted Moisturizer look, but I can build it up as well to have a little bit more of a glam, fuller coverage look if I want that going on. So again, just a final look here at the Tinted Moisturizer side with a full face of makeup, and the foundation side with a full face of makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up down below, commenting to let me know if you've ever tried either of these products, and I would also love to have you subscribe before you go today if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.